And you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free. So if the Son makes you free, you will be free indeed. We know these words well, and we've been looking at them and studying them this past week from the Gospel of John, the 8th chapter. And Jesus was talking to these Jewish people who had come to follow him and believe in him. He spoke these words because he knew that at that point they didn't fully fathom his full divinity, his full purpose for humanity. And when he spoke those words, and you will know the truth, and the truth will make you free, well, these Jewish people, they thought that that implied that they had been slaves to a human leader, a ruler, and that wasn't what Jesus was talking about at all. No, in fact, he was talking about a different kind of enslavement, an enslavement to sin. That little word, sin, encompasses so many things that we need to be freed from. Sin doesn't speak only to bad behavior. It speaks to anything that might harm us and harm others. It speaks too to social and societal sins, sins that put systems of injustice in place, laws and policies and structures that perpetuate inequality, things that we become bound up in, things that within our best efforts we can't become unbound to. That's why Jesus says, if the Son makes you free, you will be free indeed. You see, we need freedom. We need a freedom from all the sins that we've become enslaved to. And as we know, no matter what we try to do as a humanity, to be good and faithful and just, we are always captive to sin. And we cannot free ourselves out of it. And that's why we need the God who came in Jesus to free us, to help us live in ways that are not directed and dictated by the influence of sin. And so, as I conclude my video today, I want us to think a little bit about these sins that we've become so enslaved to. And I want us to think about them in terms of how God has come to free us from these sins, how God has the ability to work in us that we might leave these sins behind, that we might walk in new life, and that we might not let these sins dictate how we live from this point on. The sins that I'm thinking about this week, the sins that we as a humanity need to be freed from, are racial inequality, gender inequality, political division, hatred, violence, inequity in the workplace, exclusion, bullying, domestic abuse, the abuse of wealth and power, degradation of our planet, oppression of those in the minority, oppression of the poor, homelessness, lack of equal opportunities, addiction, and all the stigmas that surround it, extreme poverty, excessive wealth, lack of equal access, lack of health care, lack of clean water, discrimination of any kind,